I'm going to give you some examples. We're going to talk a little bit about, have the folks talk to you about what it takes, what the commitment level is like. Some things are about aspiration and other things are about perspiration. What kind of sweat and tears you want to put into reaching your goals. And all these ladies that are here helping us, they're from Church of God by Faith. And if I help them reach their dreams, I know that they're going to help me. That's how it goes. So you got to put more into others than you put into yourself. And you got to put just as much into yourself as you can to reach your goals, your ultimate vision. I want to ask Coach Brad to talk to y'all in 2 minutes. He's been a college recruiter. He knows what it takes, and he's going to talk to y'all about, what needs to occur.
Thanks, Coach Larry. Good afternoon, everyone. How y'all doing? I know y'all have food in front of you, so I ain't gonna keep you long. Just want to kind of give you my perspective, from my perspective of commitment. I know a lot of y'all have aspirations to play beyond high school and what that really entails in terms of your focus, your commitment, your dedication to the craft. And like I say, I was just sharing some experience back there with Coach Justin and this comparability of what some people think it takes and what it actually takes. Real quickly, I've been around basketball for a lot of years. Coach initially started in high school on the girls' side with Coach Power, fortunate enough to win a couple state championships. Coach collegiately down in Palm Beach, Atlantic University of West Palm Beach. Played and competed in the Sunshine State Conference. It's one of the top D2 conferences in the nation. You can look back over the last 10 years, you got quite a few national championships on the basketball side, especially on the men's side, and was able to come back up here and give back. Commitment. I was blessed enough to coach my daughter, who was able to put in that commitment and time that it took to be at that next level. I don't brag on her a whole lot, but I just using her as an example to show you what it takes, of course, to sacrifice and things of that nature, to give up some things to reach your dream and your goals. She was, in her high school career as the school's all-time leading scorer at PK Yonge. She scored over almost 2,700 points. She was named a McDonald's All-American. The only one from the Alachua County area is a McDonald's All-American. Went on to play at Baylor University, had a pretty good collegiate career. Finished, she's 6th now all-time in assists. She won her sophomore year of assist to turnover ratio. She got first in that. Junior year, she got a big, nice, another plaque as an all-time assist person in the country. And she went on to she's later on Baylor's Wall of Fame, named all Big 12 for junior, senior years. She got drafted in the WNBA by the Atlanta Dream as the 27th pick. She didn't play or didn't make the last cut, but she went cross seas and played over in Sweden for a couple of years. And now she's giving back about, coaching on the high school level. And from which, like I said, I sat down with her and talked about if you're truly committed and want to be at the next level, you're going to have to give up some things. And you're going to have to commit to some things. And what she did, and along the way of coaching and enticing, and she gave up some Friday nights, gave up some Saturday nights going out with her friends because we would be in the gym, 6:30 a.m. on that Saturday morning, putting in work on the court, then putting in work upstairs in the weight room. So at first, she kind of hated a little bit because that's what it took. It took commitment and that work ethic. But lo and behold, 4 years later, the results speak for themselves. And I know the same work ethic that you all have, but you got to put the sweat equity into it, the commitment into it. It's a different times now because this generation is social media driven. Social media driven means that you all have a lot of other distractions at your disposal that keeps you from spending that extra time in the gym, sacrificing those nights and things of that nature, giving up Fortnite, giving up 2K. Do y'all want to do that? All right. Do you want to give up the Friday night hanging out with the boys? Do you want to give up that opportunity to go, got a little girlfriend and all that kind of stuff? But fellas, I'm not trying to take away from your dreams. I'm just trying to tell you what it takes to get to that next level. And I know a lot of you all said you want to get to that next level, and I'll let Coach Judge talk about it because he's been at that next level in terms of an athlete. And like I said, I've seen it, I've worked with it, and fellas, don't stymie yourselves if you truly have dreams to get there, but understand that to achieve your dream, you're going to have to make some sacrifices, and you're going to have to make that commitment to get there. All right? That's it for me. Thank you.
What's up, fellas? I'm gonna keep it short. I know we got what I've learned, and what I want you guys to understand is that in order to go places you've never been, you have to do things you've never done, right? If you want to play collegiate ball, you want to get away from the crib, you want to go out there, have somebody pay for your school, be on scholarship, do all the cool stuff you see on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. We'll take another level of work. It's the early mornings in the gym, the extra weight sessions, the conditioning, all that stuff. That's part of it. But your talent can only take you, your character keeps you there. You see what I'm saying? So before they ask for your film, they're gonna ask for your discipline record, your attendance. How many times you've been targeted in class, right? Have you been sent out of class? How many times you've been suspended from school? So let's say you got both athletics and then you got the other aspect of it. We're gonna believe half of what you say and all of what you do. I tell my kids this all the time. So when you get in the game and you do something stupid and it just, coach told you what to do, but you went in one ear and out the other, then you tap your chest like, coach, that's my bad. How many of my bads is it gonna take for you to make the correction? That leaves you smaller and smaller the higher level you play, right? College is one thing. I played Division I with the UCF, transferred to Boston State and finished there. Regular season champs at Boston State 2 years in a row, 2 20-plus year seasons. UCF was dope. It was before it was UCF with Gus Malzahn and Coach Dawkins. It was, Donnie Jones and Coach O'Leary, but it was still dope. I say all that to say this, man. All of you guys can go. Some of you guys won't go and play ball. That's just the harsh reality of this sport, right? It takes certain stuff. You might not go D1, but you got D2, they got JUCO, they got D3, NAIA, right? Don't box yourself in. You can still go play ball and get your school paid for. But if you don't do the little things, and it starts at the crib, when your mom asks you to wash some dishes, and you feel some type of way because you just got home from practice, it's those types of things. The extra work, your character, your discipline. How much coach got to tell you to put in the extra work versus the work that you're willing to put in? We got an overtime club here, but these guys waiting on me to get to the gym, right? You got to just do stuff like that. But you'll never get the opportunity to play ball if you can't take care of the stuff that you got to take care of at this level. Cherish this level. This is the only time that basketball will feel like this, right? Where you play with the same guys that you're in school with all the time. Y'all went to middle school together, y'all went to elementary school together. When you get to college, there's 14 other guys from all over the world. So enjoy this time, make the best of it. Be obedient, do what coach asks you to do, trust his plan. He sent his daughter to the league. Come on, bro. The highest level that you can have as a female in the United States. His daughter went there and broke records on the way. So you know the blueprint, right? Trust the process. It don't happen overnight, you dig? So just keep working, man. Keep working. Y'all gonna get where you need to be if that's where you want to go, you dig?
All right, you got 2 more people gonna speak real quickly.
MJ.
I'm a football player. I couldn't even get on the basketball court in Chicago in the neighborhood where I played. So here's what I have to say. And competitiveness is something that's born in you. You can find it, if you work hard enough, you can find it. But it has to be something that's on the inside, working its way out. So that's all about football. But the other thing is this, and I have to come true to what I am. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all of this stuff will be added to you. I'll say that again. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all of this will be added to you. Put him first. This will come, whether it's getting there to get an education as it was spoken to, or if you do have the skills and the hunger to make it to the NBA. You're not going to coast and get there. It's the hardest working guy of 100,000 guys. You understand what I'm saying? So there might be one guy in this room that can make it to the NBA. But there may be 20 of y'all who can get your college education. Finally, $100,000 a year as a salary can provide for a family, raise some kids, you understand, and build a great career in whatever you choose. Not everybody's gonna make several million. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness. And all of this, your dreams and aspirations will be added to you. Love you guys. Have a great night.
I say this with a lot of confidence. I think I've been around one of the most committed people ever growing up in high school. Somebody that I used to get up with, well, I didn't get up, he would wake me up. We would go and run, sprints, all the time. I'm putting in work. I had no plans on playing football, any. My best friend is CJ Spiller. So I remember him picking me up, running 110 sprints. And I'm thinking, what the heck am I doing this for? This benefits me none at all. But I promise you, things and places that I've been able to go and see, the people that I've been able to meet, simply by building a relationship through committing to something, I could never trade. I will never trade that. Part of this is to help build relationships, right? We play a common game. We play basketball. That's what we play. And in about an hour and a half, all of us is going to want to get the best of each other. That's what we're supposed to do between the whistles. But what we're also supposed to do is see familiar faces when they're in need and help those people, right? And the only way you get that is by this, seeing each other. So I don't want y'all to get caught up in like a lot of stuff that you see as far as the social media world and befriend each other. All right? I want y'all to grow relationships. I want y'all to be close. And that's kind of part of what Mr. Larry wanted to, his vision was for doing this. I'll say this last thing to you. For all those who want to go places and play sports, whatever it is, matter of fact, I'll back up one time and say, go places and represent something. Be very mindful of your actions all the time. Because when people say you never know who's watching, it is the truth. Yes. All right? It's the truth. I just told one of my kids today, any coach coming to watch you could care less if you win or lose. He's not coming to watch you win or lose. I promise you. You know what he's coming to watch? Character, adversity, cause. There will be a coach in the stands tonight. All of you carry yourself with character. Carry yourself the way that you want to be seen. It has nothing to do with shooting air balls, nothing to do with getting fouled and not being called. Just respond to adversity. All right? That's all I'm going to tell you. I want you to do whatever it is that you want to do. But remember, your name goes way before you. Your name will always arrive somewhere before you get there. All right? And that's just the truth. And for the most part, once people hear that about you, that's kind of the sucky part of our nature, is that that's all it is. It doesn't matter what you come through and clean up and do, they're still going to remember that. All right? So carry yourself accordingly. Carry yourself the way you want to be seen. All right?
I'm going to close. Can I borrow that from you right there? This right here can take you places in the world that you only dream about going. But before you get this, you got to get some stuff inside of you. When I got recruited to play college basketball back in the early 1800s, it seems like that. But they came to see another guy that night. A guy named, I won't call it a name, but and what happened was when they went through everything, they looked at it and they said, well, what are these guys' grades? What are these guys' character? They gave me the offer. They ended up going to Bradford, which is a college in Tennessee. But there's another guy that I always remember my coach would talk about, and I would laugh about it. And his name, you can look him up on the thing, his name was Cyril O'Spade, Dr. Cyril O'Spade. And the first time he came to college, he said, y'all gonna call me doctor. I'm like, what are we gonna call you doctor for? He says, because I'm gonna be a doctor. And he says, I'm gonna be a gynecologist. And you know why we laughed at him? Because he didn't have a girlfriend, didn't have a girlfriend the whole time he was in college. How you gonna be a gynecologist? Well, he turned out to be the leading doctor for AIDS babies in the country because he had a vision, he had a commitment, he stayed on a path. And he couldn't play that well, but coach kept him on the team because he saw him as a motivator to the rest of us. You know, and I was a guy who didn't need a whole lot of motivation, but by the same token. Now, this will take you places, but the stuff he was talking about will keep you from going there. It will keep you from going there because no matter how good you are, there are going to be people who say, I need a character player. I need somebody who has vision. I need somebody who has a mission. You know, we tease a couple of our guys by asking a whole lot of questions all the time, but I love those guys because that makes me think, Coach, they thinking, you know, and it's a revolution. And we're going to get better. And what we're doing here at Bradford is we're doing a thing called Flipping Fridays, which we're committed to with Coach now. And we're trying to create a safe environment for you guys to come up and have fun on Friday nights after games. So hopefully we'll do that. Last guy I want to talk is Melvin Freeney, who played at Buchholz, and I was coaching when he was in high school against him, and he was a heck of a player, but more important than that, he has a great job and he has good character, excellent character. So let's just speak to him.
I won't keep you long, no time pressing. Coach said I played at Buchholz High School. Got a chance to play at March Madness, played overseas in Spain for a little while. I'm not sure what all been talked about, but I'm sure my story probably similar to a lot of guys. I come from a single family household, with my mom, youngest out of 6 brothers. I went to college with $50 in my pocket. And I said all that to say there's a lot of ways to get there. Everybody can't be a Steph Curry that has a father who played in the NBA or Kobe. Some of us come from bad situations, from the hood, Section 8. And we got to get it how we get it. So basketball took me a lot of places. I also made some bad decisions along the way, but I was more than an athlete. I have a bachelor's degree and I also have a master's degree. And I'm more proud of my education than I am of what I did on the basketball court. So I just would encourage all you guys, whatever your situation is, I know everybody's situation at home ain't as nice as everybody else's, but people don't know about it. But I used basketball, that was my outlet, that was my sanctuary. So for those 2 hours, I took it out on the opponent. So whatever I had going on, my mom battled with drugs, and I had a rough life. And a lot of people don't know that. You know, they see your glory, but they don't know your story. I don't talk about it a lot because it ain't no pity party. You know, I got 2 degrees, so I'm proud of where I came from. So I said all that to say, just keep pushing. You may not be the best player. There's coaches, there's trainers. Coaches don't do it all. We don't open the gym. We don't drive the bus. We don't run the concession stand. So there's a lot of roles that you can play to contribute to the game of basketball. And it's all a team. Your first team is your family. That's your first team. Your family depend on each other. We depend on each other. We depend on the bus drivers, the trainers, the assistant coaches. It's no I. So be a good teammate. Be a good citizen. Be there for your family. Never abandon your family. That's your first team. And so basketball.